Oh, it's yourself. Welcome, folks. So kind of used to join me here in the Black Lodge. It's me, David, Drinkswhisky, here for another evening of making some whiskey content. I'm not going to call it content. Some whiskey videos for my fun, for your enjoyment, hopefully. Hope you've all been keeping well. We're now into February. A lot of people were doing dry Jan. I went damp, so that meant no beer in the UK at least, and I could still drink whiskey. And I've managed to kind of do it all right with that. I had a few drams. If you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen the drams I do, because I post more, just little short stuff there. So do follow at Drinkswhisky if you're not already. And you'll find stuff about the live streams and all that kind of stuff gets posted there. Now, welcome to the new series of For Me or No For Me. That is the question. I figured 2025, I'm going to do no reviews, but I'm just going to say, is that whiskey for me or is it no for me? Because it's subjective. You might enjoy it, I might not. That's fine. You get some people that love their peat, you get some people that love their sherry, and you have the people that hate both. So I figured I've got plenty of whiskey. These are going to be short and sharp, and why not? I'm going to get to try different stuff. I'm not limiting myself to any restrictions about it being pure malts or blends or Americans or Japanese. It's going to be whatever takes my fancy. So without further ado, let's get into it. There's not going to be any rhyme or reason to this either. The glass shape might change, it might be a Glencairn or whatever, but for the first episode I figured let's crack open a bottle that's been sitting on a shelf for a long time. That's right, it's the Famous Grouse Smoky Black, smooth, peaty and aromatic. Bottled at a whopping 40%, blended Scotch whisky, product of Scotland. What can we say about the Famous Grouse? It's a really well-known blend in Scotland, proper supermarket fodder, proper pub fodder, owned by, or previously owned by, Edrington. On the back here it says Matthew Glogan's Sons, which is surprising. I don't quite know what that is. Maybe I'll have a wee look at that later on, but for the purposes of this, Famous Grouse, it is now being sold off to William Grant and Sons. Don't quite know why, because I would imagine this is quite the money earner for Edrington, but it says on it Matthew Glogan's Sons. You know what? Pause. I'm back. So Matthew Glogan's Sons were who created it originally. I've just googled it very quickly. It's owned by Edrington. It is Edrington. It's a blend. It's a blended Scotch whisky, so that means, I can hear some of you out there, it means it's a combination of grain and probably malt. You'll get blended malt whiskies, and it'll say blended malt. You'll get single malts. But when it says blended Scotch whisky, it means there's likely some grain in there. This being from Edrington, there's only a few distilleries it could really be from, but we'll see. So the fact that it's smoky, peaty and aromatic. Aha! So Smoky Black is the only blend in the world to use a rare peated version of Glen Turret from Scotland's oldest working distillery. On the nose, it's quite pleasant. Sweet. Sweet. Oh. Sharp alcohol. Boom. Immediately. You know, that kind of acetone alcohol-y. I don't really get a peatiness on it. Maybe I was expecting. It's very, very, very delicate smoke. Very, very delicate smoke. It's very sharp. Very spirit forward. A lot of young grain, I would say in that. A lot of young grain. It'd be intriguing to know the percentages involved in this. I'm going to wash my mouth out a wee second and go back to it. It's very, even with the water in the mouth, washing it, acetone. It's very, very spirity. I can't get over that. It's just, it's the alcohol. It's very alcohol forward. It'd be fine with Coke. It would have that whiskey and Coke taste that you get in pubs. In Scotland, in particular. And it'd be a very, very mild version of a smoky cokey. Because the peat is so gentle in there. It's a wisp of smoke. The peat, very, very like campfire the day after type thing. On the nose, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's not offensive at all. It smells like whiskey. Like if Harrison Ford can just say nice and smooth, then you can deal with this. Question is it for me or is it no for me? I'm in a position where I've got a lot better. Is it bad? No, I wouldn't say it's bad. I've definitely had worse. I think this retails at about 18, 20 quid maybe. 21.50. Amazon's doing it for 16. Smoky Black and Coke. That's what they're recommending as the serve. It's got a 4.7 rating. One of the tasting notes on here is saying, I shouldn't be reading this, but a solid peat note, rummy sweetness, touch of dry wood, palate medium balance, peat smoke caramel spice. Nah, I'm not getting any of that. Bear in mind my palate is used to stuff far stronger than that, so I think it's an entry level addition if you're trying to get into maybe smoky whiskey. Would I recommend this as your entry point? Probably not, because I feel like the smoke's really gentle, but my palate is so far gone. So is it for me or is it no for me? I'm going to say it's no for me. It's no for me. But aye, there you go. Smoky Black, Famous Grouse, with Glen Turret in it. We learn something new every day. It's no for me. Cheers.